World Series on NASN.
And welcome into another edition of NFL Primetime. So glad you are here with us. Trey Wingo, Merrill Hodge, and despite the fact that he was here last week and saw what we have to go through, he came back for another week. Trent Dilfer, glad to have you with us as always.
It is awesome to be here. I'm so excited. Yeah. The very limited hair that I have on my head is standing up for tonight's football game.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a statement that I don't think any of us can top. So we're just going to move on because we got a good game coming up to end week 2. Philly 1-0 at Dallas 1-0. Both teams with plenty of offense. First game out. Will that happen again tonight on ESPN and Big D? For the very latest, time for a Teams at 20 update, and we bring in Susie Culver. Hello, Susie.
Hi, Trey. And Merrill Hodge will love this because the Cowboys would like to have a more balanced attack, and for that, they're going to rely more heavily on running back Marion Barber. Now, the word you hear over and over about Barber is tough. He just loves a collision. Andy Reid called him a beast. Last week, he was knocked out in the third quarter with bruised ribs, but he's practiced all week, and he is good to go. And I mean good to go. Only one player has scored more touchdowns since '06 than Barber. That's LaDainian Tomlinson. Now for a report on the Eagles, we go over to Michelle Tafoya.
Well, Susie, Eagles rookie wide receiver Deshaun Jackson debuted last week with 6 catches for 106 yards and 8 punt returns for 97 more. And that's an average of 14.5 yards per touch. But Donovan McNabb doesn't want the wide receiver, who's described as very, very confident, to get overly confident. In fact, McNabb has made it his personal mission to teach Jackson how to be a pro. McNabb told us yesterday, hey, we all know he's fast. He runs great routes. The kid has talent. But McNabb wants the 21-year-old to be prepared for those inevitable bumps in the road that come during a season. And Trey, some of those bumps could easily come here tonight in Dallas.
We shall see. Michelle, thanks. The last time they played, it was more bumps given by Philadelphia than received from the Cowboys in that 10-6 win week 15. All right, let's look at the matchups in this game. And Trent, every quarterback has a safety valve. When all else fails, I'm going to that guy. A lot of times it's the tight end, and it seems for Tony Romo, it is the tight end, Jason Witten.
Well, you would think that it'd be T.O. being as glamorous and a superstar as he is. But I am here to tell you that Jason Witten is Tony Romo's favorite receiver, and the tape does not lie. It is obvious every time in a crucial situation he is looking for Jason Witten. A fire zone right here. Pressure on Tony Romo. Look at T.O. Eyes on him. He could throw it there for the first down. Instead, he works back and throws Jason Witten open into the middle of the field. A much more difficult throw, but he can make it because he completely trusts him. Once again, blitz, try to pressure Tony Romo. He throws the ball before Jason Witten is looking. Jason Witten makes eye contact. Big play, beating blitz coverage. You see it from the end zone here. Watch when Tony Romo throws this ball. Jason Witten not looking. Defense can't react. Big plays because he trusts him so much and always looks for him. Right here, a great release by Jason Witten. The only way to stop him is get your hands on him. You can't. He gets wide, opens up the hole. And how about this? This makes a quarterback so happy. He has what we call a big window. You can throw the ball a lot of different places, and Jason Witten will come down with the play. He is by far the most dangerous weapon that the Dallas Cowboys have.
Troy Aikman had Jay Novacek in Dallas, and now, of course, it looks like Romo has Jason Witten. You know, as you were talking there, one thing I heard over and over again, blitz coming, blitz pressure. Guess what, Merrill? That's coming in bucket loads tonight from Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles.
Good stuff against the Cleveland Browns. Excellent stuff, because you know what Cleveland did? Rush 3, drop 8. That's not happening tonight. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to line up at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to bring it. They mean business, and they are serious. And they're coming after Tony Romo. They know how to break down protections. Last week, Tony Romo had this beautiful pocket, all kinds of time. You could find, doesn't matter, T.O. down the field, Witten over on the hash. But this is what's happening tonight. The Eagles are going to line up in the gap, head up, and they're coming. They're going to put pressure on Tony Romo. They're going to make him play fast. and they're going to force him into a lot of mistakes. And you heard Susie Colbert already mention Marion Barber. That is the key to this matchup. They have to run him because they want to take the pressure off of Tony Romo, because Marion Barber is a factor back, and that's your best friend. It's never a tight end. Don't forget it, big fella.
What position did you play again?
But that was factor back.
I want to stop getting hit. That's why.
Well, that's part of the job. You have to take
won't
shots.
happen. We'll get you a little extra money for like a brace
put a
or
little
something.
pad over.
It'll be curious to see which Eagles defense, though, shows up, because in the 2 games of a year ago in Philadelphia, the Cowboys beat them 38-17, but the later matchup in Dallas that we just saw the video from, they were all over Tony Romo. It was
that
the least
defense is
productive offensive output of 2007 for the Cowboys. Lots more coming on NFL Primetime. Don't make Peyton angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry, especially if you're playing against him. Second half, muy bueno. No Tom Brady? No problem. They got Brett Favre? No problem. We got Matt Castle and a stout defense in New England, plus one of the strangest, funnest, wildest, and most controversial games in recent memory between the Broncos and the Chargers.
ESPN 360. Whenever you're online, you're at the game.
It don't matter where we go, East Coast, West Coast, North, South. It's game day, baby. We're gonna make it happen.
Oh man, this football was a baby. Hey, hopefully both teams run the ball 50 times. Shut your sorry ass up. They can't stop me, son. They can't stop me. All they can do is hope they can stop me.
NASN brings you the very best MLB coverage, including the playoffs and the 2008 World Series. Major League Baseball, only on NASN.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime.
Welcome back to Primetime. Trey Wingo here with Trent Dilfer and Merrill Hodge. Listen, the San Diego Chargers bitterly disappointed in their Week 1 loss. Denver looked great in their Week 1 win over the Oakland Raiders. So they met up in Week 2, and let's just say, if you didn't see this one, you'll be kicking yourself for years. Now, in Week 1, Jay Cutler, hi, nice to see you on Philip.
Pleasantries.
Hey,
this is personal.
Yeah, it is personal. Week 1, Jay Cutler locked on Eddie Royal because Brandon Marshall wasn't there, but Brandon Marshall was available on Sunday.
And they used him.
They used him a lot.
You think?
Almost to a record perspective. Again, where's that Brandon Marshall fella? And what a great catch and what a great throw.
Is it just me, or does that ball just get there so fast? How do the DBs break on it when I can't even see it on TV?
They can't, because Cromartie can break on faster than anybody in football. He couldn't get there.
And he got a penalty instead, trying to get him there with a face mask.
It's like,
and
hey, that's not fair.
Listen, this is all in the first half, by the way, just before the end of the first. What a throw and what a catch by Marshall. The toe tap, part of a 31-point first half.
Trey, I love the shoulder roll. The shoulder roll really sold that and convinced it. The way Jake rolled those shoulders, pulled the defensive back up, and then that tight throw.
18 catches for Marshall, second most ever in NFL history. Now, LaDainian Tomlinson had a toe issue. He didn't play. And you know what? It wasn't a problem because Darren Sproles is in the house, literally. When you look at this kick return of 103 yards, Trent Dilfer, I want you to give me your scientific expertise breakdown of why he was able to do this.
Tiny hole, fast player. Go through tiny hole real fast.
So in other words, he's fast.
Very fast.
And maybe even a little quick?
And quick, too.
All right, Chargers down only 21-10. Third quarter, Phillip Rivers with a throw to Chris Chambers, and what a catch by Chambers, Mel.
Yep, you got to have control once you pass the goal line, and he did both. And all you have to do is pass the goal line, Complete control, one hand, touchdown.
Moves it away from the defender, too. All right, remember, you don't have LaDainian Tomlinson. No problem. We'll bring in Mike Tolbert.
Who? Mike Tolbert.
Mike Tolbert.
A potential factor bag, boys.
67-yard gain. Chargers would only get a field goal out of the drive, but I'm telling you, defense took Sunday off for both teams. Fourth quarter, it's 31-30. 3rd and 3. Cutler, he's marching right down the field, and then, the Antoine Cason, but watch the tackle.
Yep. But
that's Cutler right there. He was a little angry.
The only area he will have to learn to manage, because he can throw it in such tight windows, knowing when and when not to do it.
Don't read lips, by the way. So the ensuing Chargers drive. Hey, Darren Sproles, what is he, Trent?
Fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
How else could you describe him?
Quick.
Yeah, maybe shifty.
Not very big either.
Maybe not slow.
I'm going fast and quick.
66 yards. Now, anytime, Merrill, you get Elvis Doomerville on Darren Sproles' face, you're going to win if you're the Chargers.
Sometimes you don't even need visual evidence for that.
But we provided it just to make sure. Sproles was unbelievable. Somewhat lost in all of this, which we're about to get to. 317 yards in total offense by Sproles, and just the second player in NFL history to rush for 50, have 50 receiving, and 150 return yards in the same game. The other guy, you may have heard of him, the Kansas Comet Hall of Famer, Dale Sayers.
That's pretty good company.
Yeah, the whole game was great, but here's where it really got crazy.
Fast too.
It's 38-31. Denver's final drive. Cutler to Eddie Royal, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. Boy, he's making a name for himself in a hurry. Next play on 1st and 10, Brandon Stokely is also an option.
Oh, there's my guy. Stoke works the middle of the field as good as any receiver in the National Football League.
Picks up 20. The flag was for defensive holding. No thanks, we won't take it. Later in the drive, 2 minutes to go, Cutler to who else? Marshall. There it is, his 18th catch of the game. But then, that was all the precursor to this. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal. Cutler.
Ball goes backwards. Should be a fumble.
Chargers recover. Wait a minute. It's under a minute. It's going to be reviewed. Clearly, it's the empty hand, so it is a fumble. But watch Ed Hockley, the referee here, Merrill.
Exactly. He's behind Jake Cutler, and he sees an arm come up, the ball pops up. Automatically, he is thinking an attempted pass, incomplete. He didn't have the luxury of slow motion and looking at the ball in the front of Jake.
Because he blew the whistle, the play was dead at that point. Okay, so they get life, and Cutler on a rope to Eddie Royal. Touchdown! All we need is the extra point? No. Mike Shanahan, you are not. They are going for 2 in the win. Trent, is this the same play?
With a little window dressing, bunch left, scat left, Z jerk.
And there it is, and it is Z 2-point conversion and a win. Broncos win it 39-38. Head coaches now with differing perspectives on the controversial play.
Ed came over to me, an official, and said he blew it, and that's not, to me, acceptable. This is a high-level performance game, and that's not acceptable to have a game decided on that play.
I think Ed Hockley said that, hey, he missed a call. But what I do is I grade officials all the time. You get, you take a look at offense and defense and special teams, and you send in a report each week. This group missed less, and this was the best crew that we've had in the last 20 crews I've graded. So, they did a heck of a job.
The subtle, dry humor.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, Mike
They gave you the game.
Honestly, that was comedy that he was going for there. Listen, by the way, this is the first time in NFL history, according to the Elias Sports Bureau, that the Chargers are the first team ever to have the lead, 30 seconds to play, in 2 straight games and lose that game by giving up a touchdown. So if it makes you feel any better, it's never been done before.
I'm sure it makes them feel better.
Congratulations. But, guys, there's a lot to talk about in this game. But first of all, 2 straight weeks that the San Diego Chargers have just melted down the stretch when they were backed up against it.
And you know what? We kind of laugh about it, but that is a tough thing to overcome mentally as a player. When you do everything possible for the last 30 seconds, right, to win a football game, and you lose it. Those are the emotional, mental things that are very hard for a coach. This really falls on the coaching staff now and the burden of them to get this team back up on the mental side of things. They have the physical side. Can they get them up mentally now?
That is the challenge for San Diego. But if you look at the Denver Broncos, Trent Dilfer, and you see Jay Cutler, What do you see in him, and how good can this guy be, and what he was able to do and shake off that interception and still get back in there?
Well, he can be as good as anybody in all of football, and he's the first guy I've seen. Everybody talks about the big arms in the NFL. He's the first guy that I can say he throws the ball with the same type of velocity as another guy who played in Denver for a little while.
Number 7.
John Elway. He makes throws that you can't even comprehend the level of difficulty that he's doing, and he makes them look easy. He does things with the football. This ball gets there so quick, the DB can't react to it, and he splits 32 the safety. The quick little shoulder knock, great route by Brandon Marshall, and this ball gets up and down. What I mean by that is it's got to be firm with an arc, and then in the middle of the football field, his feet don't even have to be set, and he, with all his arm, can get the ball there before the defense can react. That is very special what we're seeing in Jay Cutler.
Well, the 2 throws he had, the touchdown to Eddie Royal and the 2-point conversion, those were not big windows, and he zipped that in there. Broncos try and go to 3-0 when they take on the Saints at Denver next Sunday. And, of course, the Chargers will be on Monday Night Football. When we continue on this edition of NFL Primetime. Look, field goals are nice, but they're not enough to beat Peyton Manning. Hey, don't take my word for it. Take the entire state of Minnesota's words for it. We will show you. And for the Panthers, second straight week, it wasn't how they started, but it was how they finished against Chicago. We've got the latest there. And listen, early returns are in. Aaron Rodgers may have a future playing quarterback.
Live Monday Night Football is back on NASN. Tony Romo and the Cowboys try to take down the Eagles as Philadelphia fly into Dallas. Coverage starts with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. Live NFL tonight only on NASN.
40-yard line. He cuts outside. Howard could go. Oh, look out. And they're looping it to Desmond, and he makes the catch. Goodbye.
It's time to eat, baby. Hey, my stomach growling right now.
Bob Sanders delivers a pop that not many people can.
Yeah! Come on now.
Oh, did he get hit by Bob Sanders? I'm surprised he held on to his teeth.
I won't want to be nowhere else. It's my life, man. It's all about passion. And we got it.
I'm Susie Calver in Dallas with your Teams at 20 updates. Terrell Owens and Tony Romo may get the headlines, but the Dallas defense has a lot to prove tonight. They want to show that the shutdown of Cleveland last week wasn't a fluke. Andy Reid calls them big, strong, and fast at every position and says the Eagles will have to bring their intensity back. Dallas also gets one of their weapons back. Pro Bowl cornerback Terrence Newman missed the opener with a groin injury. Pac-Man Jones got the start. Well, Newman should be back tonight. Likely Pac-Man will start again, but Newman will be available in nickel situations.
Colts, Vikings. Boy, I tell you what, the Indianapolis front wall banged up on this one, and Peyton was under duress the entire game. There is no score in the first quarter. Peyton Manning back to pass and throws this one right to Antoine Winfield, who got the inside scoop on Marvin Harrison. That pick led to a Ryan Longwell field goal. There would be a lot of those from Minnesota. Did I say he was under pressure? Jared Allen did not get a tackle in his first game. He got a sack there, and there was more coming. Boy, Trent, as a quarterback, there was no room to breathe here.
It's a hard way to play the game, but I'd say Peyton managed it well and gave him a chance in the second half of the football game.
The Vikings went to Jared. Peyton was very upset. They were held without a point in the first half. This is the Indianapolis Colts we're talking about.
Is he a competitor, though?
Oh, I would say so.
That's right.
Reggie Wayne in the slot changed everything, Merrill.
Yes, he did. You know, they started to move Reggie. Remember the pass. Reggie Wayne to the left, Marvin Harrison to the right. Not anymore. Moving Reggie Wayne all over the place. Next to Gonzalez, and they do a little Tuckeruski here.
Yeah.
Still gets down the 1-yard line, but they moved him a lot in this game.
That eventually led to a Joseph Adai run on 4th down. We're still not sure he actually got in, but they gave him the touchdown. Fourth quarter, there's Reggie Wayne in the slot.
Again, now away from Gonzalez, but they're playing him in the slot. One of the reasons to do that, you get some great matchups. You get him on linebackers, you get him on safeties. Your best wide receiver. Move him around, make the defense react to him.
And that's exactly what they did. Reggie Wayne, touchdown! 32 yards.
Safeties down the middle. And you know what? You talk about a throw. Now there's a rope, friends.
Well, that is Peyton Manning.
In the second half,
it is.
You know now how long the rust lasts. 6 quarters.
2-point conversion now to tie it at 15. So this is the throw of the game.
Yep,
Once again, he's in the slot. They need to play.
To the left side, though, versus the right side.
Over the middle for 20 yards. And again, it was a perfect strike by Peyton Manning.
A great throw and a huge moment of the game. That's what Peyton does. The biggest moment, most important, he makes his best throw.
So he gives Adam Vinatieri a chance with 7 seconds left. He missed from 30. He wasn't missing from 47. The Colts avoid their first 0-2 start since Peyton's rookie year. They win it 18-15. Well, this just in. A couple of touchdown passes, a heck of a lot better than 5 field goals. And that's exactly what happened in this contest. For the first half, they moved up and down the field. The Vikings did. Adrian Peterson had 160 rushing yards. They got 5 field goals. Guys, this came down to one basic premise. One quarterback made plays when he had to. The other one did not.
Yep. You know, and Peyton Manning, and Rob G is always in our era producer. Coach Wooden used to say, be quick, but don't hurry. And Peyton Manning does that each and every Sunday. Aside from last Sunday night when they played the Chicago Bears, he was quick and he was hurrying. Well, about in the second half, you could see Peyton Manning settle down. That rust came off, and he started to make the throws that we are so accustomed to seeing him make week in and week out. And when he makes these kind of throws, and he does them every week, he really can offset any deficiency that's going on with the team. They couldn't run the football against Minnesota, but they kept him in it just long enough for him to make these kind of throws. Now, does it mean they can win a championship playing this kind of football? No, it doesn't. But I will tell you this, one area of concern is gone for the Colts. Peyton Manning is back. Now that running game has to come around. Once that does, he'll have the balance, and he'll be able to manipulate defenses like he has done in the past.
And you said it. I mean, Peyton Manning's getting the rust off, and he was at his very best when the situation was its hardest. And that's how we need to judge quarterbacks. How are they in the most crucial times of games? Third down, red zone, fourth quarter. Peyton Manning with 30 seconds on the clock, play action pass, seam route to Reggie Wayne, gets him in position for a field goal. The Vikings dominated the first half of that football game, but what was obvious on film was that Tavares Jackson has not yet learned how to throw the ball in rhythm timing from the pocket. And where this shows up the most is on third down and in the red zone. You're seeing many opportunities here where he has people that are coming open or close to open, but he doesn't get him the football. There's some telling stats. On third down, his passer rating is 60.9. In the red zone, it's 39.6, and in the fourth quarter, 62.9. Now, I am not just a stats guy, believe me, and this is not all Tavares Jackson. It's a philosophy of the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to build from the inside out. We're going to be big and strong and tough and run the ball well and stop the run, and you're going to get set up to go 9-7 and break everybody's heart, because until you can throw the ball from the pocket with consistency, instill the confidence into everybody else, you will be a 9-7 football team, and you won't score touchdowns.
Then it is Tavares Jackson's fault based on that.
It's the entire system. You have to train it. You have to build around.
Well, what he was saying there on that last play that we just showed, which was the third down completion, which gave the Colts the chance with the ball back to get there and kick that game-winning field goal. Everybody knew that little bootleg was coming because that was the only play that there was any effectiveness on with Tavares Jackson on that little rollout, and they stopped him, I think, for either no gain or a loss.
Tavares Jackson starts to elevate his play, the Minnesota Vikings are going to be 8-8.
Well, I think we're all in agreement on there.
But
Vikes fall to 0-2.
philosophy.
Stop talking now. Colts take on Jacksonville next Sunday. We move on here on NFL Primetime, taking a look at the Panthers, and the Bears.
You start talking, all right?
I'm going to.
We're all shook.
By the way, special teams, special moments here for Chicago. Daryl McLovin, chicka, yeah, gets the block, and Brandon Lloyd rumbles in for a touchdown. Bears up 7-0. Still in the first, still same score. Kyle Orton gets the pass, but that's the end of the good news. Fumbles it, and the Panthers recover. Unfortunately for Greg, this would not be the only time in this game that happened. Third quarter, Bears lead 17-6. court and makes a nice throw to Greg Olsen.
You know, this is a theme. They did this against San Diego as well. They're stripping people on the sidelines and getting turnovers.
Big hits, that's what that is. That led to a Panther touchdown. At one point, it was 17-3 Bears in this game. Rookie Jonathan Stewart, factor back, Merrill?
Oh, baby. The only question mark coming out of college was his toe. Would he be okay? But you knew he had the power, the speed, the balance, the explosiveness to be a great back in this league, and he showed it just on that run right there.
Well, he had 77 yards, 14 carries, and 2 touchdowns, but he showed you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, well, he's a tank, too. I mean, he stays behind his pads. I've been trying to tell my Little League team, it's not decoration, those pads aren't. Use them. Play behind them. And this really was a spectacular run. Look at the quick feet. Gets in the hole, balance through it. Touchdown. Panthers.
Score the final 17 points to come back and win, 20-17. Packers, Lions. First half, it couldn't have gone any better for Aaron Rodgers. Well, I guess it could have, but then you'd really be getting greedy. It is 3rd and 7. There is no score. Yes, even in Detroit, it's Mr. Aaron Rodgers' neighborhood. And this is what he can do. He can extend the play, guys. Throws it on a rope to James Jones for the first down. So he can get you that tight window. He can also avoid the sack again. One more time. Give that secondary time to fall away from the receivers. James Jones, touchdown. Jones, 4 grabs, 29 yards. Early second quarter, it also helps Aaron Rodgers if they decide not to cover people. And that's exactly what happened here.
Well, it's Detroit, keep in mind, but it's a great design, great route combination.
Where is the coverage?
Double move.
They're somewhere else.
Well, here are the best moves, honestly.
Dude, I love
Greg
this
Jennings
run after catch.
45 yards to gain 4. Now watch what happens after the catch.
1. So get up, come on, don't finish. There you go, 2.
Lee
Okay.
Bodden had 2 chances.
Right, stay down now.
He was 0 for 2. Stay down. Stay down. Jennings, 6 grabs, 167 yards. Later in the second, it's 14-0. The rookie, Jordy Nelson. Why not? Rodgers, 24-38, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. It was 21-0. Second half, then things got really interesting. Calvin Johnson suddenly looks like the player they thought he was when they drafted him a year ago, man.
Yeah, and one of the reasons they drafted him was so special because he's big, strong, fast, but eye-hand coordination, some of the best we've ever seen coming out of college, and he showed it right there.
38-yard touchdown. Wait, hang on. It's not a video replay. It's a different play, and it's Calvin Johnson again. Notice the end of the play here, Trent. Maybe the best thing.
Well, did you guys know that he can dunk, too?
Yes. Well, not
I
only
didn't know
can
if you
he
guys
dunk,
know that, but he can dunk.
Wendell, Roy Williams could also dunk.
Unbelievable.
So that had things going well. But boy, what a throw there, Trent.
Quick release. Aaron Rodgers all day long gets rid of the football so quick, gives his receiver a chance to run with the football.
Greg Jennings there. That would lead to a Mason Crosby field goal. And then John Kitna, with this game in it, decided to throw it to the wrong uniform. There's Charles Woodson. Jumping in front of that one. He takes it back for a touchdown. Green Bay up 41-25, and suddenly Aaron Rodgers feeling good, but that wasn't the end of it. Kitna trying to get something going, down 41-25. Nick Collins, and guess what? This isn't the same replay. It's also another play, another pick six. 48-25, the final score. Now, John Kitna once again said that, you know, they're going to get things done. They're going to win 10 games. Trent's not saying anything because he's emotionally and personally involved with John Kitna, but the Kitna wins meter is 0 for 2008, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Giants at St. Louis, so of course they're going to do well. They're on the road, and the Rams are...
And they're in white jerseys.
Well, the Rams have had problems. They only won 1 home game a year ago, and defense like that on Plexico burst will not help them.
Look at how this run action, look how it affects it's almost the entire defense by the Rams. The backside safety, he's nowhere to be found. That is absolutely unbelievable. I don't know if it's just great run action or it's just horrible defense. Maybe it's a combination.
Could be a package of both.
Could be.
All right, second quarter, 2nd and 8. Manning with pressure. He's ambidextrous. He used his left hand there.
At the Manning Academy, they teach this.
Yeah.
They teach throwing with the other hand at times.
They must.
Are you serious? Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. And don't ever talk again. Okay. Fourth quarter, Rams down 20-6. Please talk. Mark Bulger to Torrey Holt. Say what you want. There are still playmakers in St. Louis. Bulger is one, and Torrey Holt is another.
And get him the football, Scott Linehan. 8, 9, 10, 12 times a game. Get the ball in his hands.
Now, we're still not 100% sure if he made the catch, but they ruled that he made the catch, and with that scrum, too close to call, 45-yard touchdown. All right, Giants up 20-13. Ahmad Bradshaw, again, in space. You can't give him that much room. You just can't.
There's just so many missed assignments with the Ram defense. You know, you got to do your job. Too many guys not doing their job.
All right, Justin Tuck is one of the guys they have left off that great defensive line, and, well, he just gobbled up that pass by Mark Bulger, and he's going the other way, 41 yards for a pick six, 34-13 at this point. Sometimes comedy and interceptions are all about timing.
Nice. He catches it, but look at the escape. He can play tight end. It's like running to the flat with the ball.
I agree with you. Wow.
First career touchdown. Giants win their 12th straight road game. All right, when we continue, 255 straight starts versus a guy making his first start. Surely the odds favored the Jets and the old guy, right? And then on Sunday night, the Browns were fired up until they saw how the clock was playing out against Pittsburgh.
Hey there, Horners. You can get your sports fix every day right here on NASN. Why don't you tell the good people of Europe what they have to look forward to, J.A.?
My J.A. Donde Lounge welcomes all nations. We're multilingual. Bienvenue. Willkommen. Bienvenido.
Enough of that. Woody Page.
We reach out to you, and as a Prime Minister of England once said, I will fight Mariotti on the beaches, on the land,
Yes, of
in the
course.
air, in the ball.
I am the IQ of this program, and Woody is a buffoon in the vein of, I'd say, Benny Hill.
You know Benny Hill. Mariotti. KB.
Oh, I'm like the World Cup, the United Nations of sports knowledge over here. Let's talk about all your countries. Who do you want to talk about? We've got England here. We've got Italy. We've got
Portugal.
Portugal.
The rest of those. All right, that's what you get to look forward to. A mute button. Competitive banter on Around the Horn. U.S. sports at its finest. Weekdays on NASN. Horn me.
Shut up, David. Why now?
Reports have just come in. More details to come on this breaking story.
All right, here we go. Brett Favre's first home start, Matt Castle's first start at any level since high school, 1999. Looked very calm.
I know, it didn't look like he was under pressure.
Well, you know what?
He played like that, too.
They had a game plan for him, and it worked to perfection.
But he had poise. And you know what? They did a lot of the things they did with Tom Brady when he was starting. A lot of screens, bubble screens.
Kevin Falk gains 22, sets up the first down. Same drive now, 3rd and goal. Castle to Sammy Morris.
Up and over. Jets, take note.
There you go. 13-3 Patriots. The key for the Jets is they never put pressure on Matt Castle to make plays to beat them. Now, Lamont Jordan, didn't he used to play for the Jets?
Yes, he did. And he actually was running like he did for the Jets. Surely not like the Raiders.
No, well, that's the Raiders. That's a whole separate thing. But it was as if he kept looking for a green uniform to hit. You know, he was not avoiding
So you're
contact.
saying he's angry?
Maybe just a little.
Not happy.
Maybe just a little. That led to another New England field goal. And now Castle here. Nice throw there, Trent.
Very nice. So timing route, Randy Moss trying to give him the ball somehow. One of the few single coverages they got over giving the ball. And then right here, this is a great play. Got a guy screaming, going to hit you in the face. Big moment of the game. Got to get the third down, know who to get the ball to, make an accurate throw.
And you know what I loved about it, Trent? He started left, came back right.
And he took a hit from Calvin Pace with a 15-yarder. Castle 16 at 23.
That's how you earn your strike.
165 yards. The Jets, when this game was still very much in doubt, could not get a push off that Patriots defense. Thomas Jones stopped after a gain of 1. 2nd and goal. Rodney Harrison is old, but apparently he's really quick still. Not Darren Sproles quick, but quick nonetheless to make the tackle. So now it's 3rd and goal, and Richard Seymour says none shall pass. Thomas Jones is
#1 killer in the running game, Trey.
Penetration.
Exactly.
The Jets would have to settle for a field goal on that drive. And then, you know, Matt Castle did not make the mistake. Brett Favre did, Trent.
Only one. It was a bad one. But, you know, once again, you get in a position all day long where you're not getting a chance to make a lot of plays. When you're asked to make them, you're not ready.
And that led to the New England touchdown. And then Adalys Thomas said, block me with Leon Washington. I don't think so. Goes right through him.
Matchups are about defense, too. You got your biggest linebacker on their smallest running back. You're going to win that every time.
And that's about coaching and game plan on many levels. This was a Patriots win that we saw when they were winning those 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. We go inside the numbers. You know, Merrill, you astutely pointed out during the highlight, well, it looks like a lot of what Tom Brady had in his first start for the Patriots. You would be correct. Brady's first start was a win over Indianapolis. He threw to running backs 5 times. Matt Castle threw to running backs 6 times. Wide receivers about the same, and 1 tight end reception in each of their first starts. And oh, by the way, yes, the common denominator is Kevin Falk. He played in both of those games, 21 straight regular season wins and counting for the New England Patriots. Sunday night, Steelers trying to win 10 straight over Romeo Crennel and the Browns, and this was all about clock management. Okay, Pittsburgh's up by a touchdown. There's 54 seconds left. They had to run a 10 seconds off the clock after a penalty, so it's 44 seconds. Where's the urgency?
And you don't. But you know what? You don't motion. You line up in a formation. It takes too much time.
Well,
be a little more efficient here, boys.
We're now down to 33 seconds with the penalty. 21 seconds have passed, and this is what they go for here. A little short over the middle to Jason Wright out in the flat. Short of the first down. They only have 1 timeout left. It's now down 27 seconds.
Time, more important than downs. You have a timeout. Anytime 30 seconds around, you got a timeout, use it. Timeout right now.
Well, Derek had to look to the sidelines. What should I do? So they get up there. Now it's 3rd and 1. They've got to get a first down. 16 seconds left, okay? 11 seconds have passed since that last play. So he leans over, and now there's only 8 seconds left. They have to use the timeout here, which essentially gives them 1 shot maybe at the end zone, and then they got to kick a field goal, right?
You would think, but you know the problem with this is now, as a quarterback, you're thinking, I gotta get this thing in the end zone. I'm not excusing this mistake, but it definitely puts more pressure on as your quarterback to make a certain type of throw.
Troy Polamalu is right there. They get no points. Okay, now late in the game, they're down 10-3. Under 5 minutes to go. Jamal Lewis, no gain. Next play, Jamal Lewis, 3 yards. The clock continues to run here. So now, Anderson to Braylon Edwards. Boy, this is not the Braylon Edwards we saw in 07.
Expecting him to be one of the top wide receivers in football, and you just can't have that many drops and be an elite wide receiver.
So they kicked a field goal, and now they got to stop the Steelers to try and get the ball back, and a huge throw by Ben to Heath Miller for a first down.
And how do we judge quarterbacks? How they play in the most crucial times of the game. Ben Roethlisberger, big time.
Steelers win it 10-6. When we continue on NFL Primetime, it couldn't have gone any better in Matt Ryan's first start. It could have gone a lot better in Matt Ryan's second NFL start. We've got the latest between the Falcons and the Bucs. JT O'Sullivan was ready to go. The Seahawks had this one in their hands, and they let it slip away.
Been a wonderful ride for the Patriots. We're able to participate and watch a part of history.
What a statement this is. It's what the Patriots do best.
Airs it out downfield. Randy Moss. Touchdown, Wes Welker.
The Patriots were flawless.
And for the 4th time in 7 years, Super Bowl, here we come.
I got
Snap to Romo. Play fake. Throws it in the end zone. Jason Witten.
Romo shotgun. Looks right. Looks left. Now fires over the middle. Touchdown. Romo throws over the middle. Touchdown. That's 4 for quarterback Tony Romo.
We're down, NFL Bills. Let's go.
Welcome back to Primetime. I'm Michelle Tafoya in Dallas with your teams at 20 updates. Well, last year, Dallas and Philadelphia had 2 very different meetings. A 38-17 Dallas win in Philadelphia, and then a 10-6 Philly win here at Texas Stadium. And Andy Reid said yesterday one of the big differences between those 2 games was the pressure they put on Tony Romo. He said in the first game they didn't pressure Romo, and he had his way with them. In the second game, when they did hurry him, he missed some throws. They'll pressure him tonight, but not on every down. Reid said we have to pick and choose and be creative with our disguises. And cornerback Sheldon Brown reminded us there is a risk-reward factor here. He said when we bring pressure on Romo, he can escape the pocket and make a big throw that can cut a drive in half. Now back to Trey Wingo.
Primetime rolls on. Niners and Seahawks. Seattle won both innings last year by a score of 47-3. JT O'Sullivan says, I don't care.
Yep. First quarter, nothing for brainwaves.
No,
I love those things. But
hold on. We'll get to that later, guys.
Okay,
look at this wacky
we got a game going on.
Or fumble. Craig Terrell, who has a band, right?
He has a band. Very talented.
Does he play the
musician.
guitar?
Is it called Lumbering Lineman? Because that's what happened with the touchdown, 14-0. Now, Matt Hasselbeck has no receivers to throw to. They're all injured. This one's deflected. Patrick Willis, who led the NFL in tackling last year as a rookie, is going to lead him perhaps in the longest interception return.
A lot of factor backs are glad he plays linebacker.
Well, he
may take a job.
He's a beast. 86 yards. 49ers have tied the game. 20. JT O'Sullivan, whether or not that does anything for brainwaves, I don't know. But this is not helpful. Get rid of it. He's sacked by Patrick Kearney for a loss of 6. He was sacked a plethora of times in this game. Very next play, 3rd and 14. O'Sullivan looking for Isaac Bruce, the longtime Ram, now playing with the Niners. He can still make big plays, guys.
JTO's got a heck of a quick release, too. Allows him to buy time in the pocket, a lot like Tony Romo, and deliver the ball late.
And you know, at the end of the deal, it's always accurate, too.
Yep.
Wide receivers can run after the catch.
And he can run a little bit. 16-yard game. That would end in a field goal, which 30. Late in the game, O'Sullivan one more time. Get out of here. Gets away. This is a great throw, Trent.
Yeah, and you're going to criticize him because he took 8 sacks, and many of them were his fault, but he has the courage to hold on to it there, buy some time, and get the ball to
What do we call it? Short memory.
Frank Gore, 17-yard gain. So now Joe Nedney with 3 seconds left, 41 yards. We got this.
Better not miss it.
Oh,
See,
no.
This is why you should have to go for it. Get the kicker out of the last 2 minutes.
So we go to overtime. Now the 49ers won the coin toss, and they chose to receive. Good call. Did I say Isaac Bruce can still make plays?
Yes, you did.
That's a big throw.
That's a great throw. 34-yard gain. Another field goal opportunity. By the way, going into this game, the Niners had won their last 6 overtime games. Make it 7 in a row. Nedney delivers second time around. 49ers win 33-30. Redskins, Saints. And I got to tell you, 10 days of practice did wonders for the Redskins offense. Now, the Saints announced a contract extension for Sean Payton before the game. Jim Zorn's looking to extend his career to 2 games as a head coach. Jason Campbell, this was not in the game plan to be backed by Will Smith.
Pass protection first. I mean, when you got a guy coming clean,
Ole!
You can't just flip your wing at him. You got to get him down on the ground, especially when he's a defensive end like that.
But the good news is they had another play. On 2nd and 22, Campbell play fake to Chris Cooley. We'll take 23 and a first down. Thank you very much. And then it was like, hey, we got something here. Next play, Campbell, play fake, avoids the rush, looks downfield and finds Antoine Randall L. for a gain of 17. This is the same quarterback who didn't have a completion until 70 seconds in the first half, week 1. What a throw to Santana Moss. And you know he can run after the catch. 25 yards there. Same drive. Now it's a 1st and 10. Let's go back to Randall L.
Yeah, Jim Zorn preaches play fast, be decisive. Fast mean gets you your progressions now. Jason Campbell started to show that this week.
11-yard gain, and now we can fake the pass and set up the factor back.
That's the best play in football right there. Use the pass to set up the run.
Quentin Portis, Redskins down by 2, and then late in the 4th, a thing of beauty, Jason Campbell to Santana Moss.
And this is Jim Zorn.
Get your hand out of the way.
Be happier right now. Jim Zorn teaches, first of all, read the safety, see the layer change, avoid the pass rush, back shoulder comes forward, reset and deliver the football. This is textbook Jim Zorn football by Jason Campbell.
A perfect throw. Campbell 24-36, 321 yards. Skins come back and win 29-24. Falcons, Bucks. Atlanta, slightly more difficult week 2 than it was week 1 because Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator, said, you got a rookie quarterback, we're throwing everything at you now.
Yeah, and you know what? They make you, just watching them on tape, play fast when you get on the field. So you come off the bus just playing faster than you used to playing.
Aqib Talib, the recipient of the pressure from Harry Douglas, he gets the pick. Buccaneers up 14-0. Ryan under pressure, intercepted by Sabby Piscatelli. That set up Matt Bryant field goal. Again, Greg White's pressure led to this.
About disturbing the quarterback. I was with Monty for 4 years in Tampa. I never saw a young quarterback play well against him because he makes you uncomfortable all the time.
And then Gaines Adams made him very uncomfortable, Merrill.
Good jump on the ball. Use that crowd noise, tackles, looking in at the ball, get the jump and the speed and finish.
Ryan was only 3 of 15 with 2 picks in the first half. It didn't get much better in the second half.
Oh, backs, you got to block better than that.
Throws it away. Falcons would have to punt. They were 7 of 19 on 3rd downs in this game. And then even with the Bucs only rushing 4, you can tell Matt Ryan's a little jittery now.
And what you do to a young quarterback is if you can't get free runners, you pressure up the middle. Why? Because they can't keep their eyes downfield and see open receivers in the back of the
like
end zone.
Roddy White right there. Ryan 13 of 33. There will be better days, but the Buccaneers bested him this day, 24-9. When we continue on NFL Primetime, Darren McFadden may still be running free in Kansas City. We're not sure if he's been tackled yet, as the Raiders on the road suddenly look pretty good. And in a windy, weird game, it was Tennessee taking down the Bengals.
ESPN's
Perseverance and teamwork are hallmarks of those who achieve. The NCAA is proud to say thank you to our corporate champions and partners who recognize the important role of athletics and education. By supporting them, you help us create America's champions for tomorrow.
Major League Baseball coverage all the way to the World Series on NASN.
Stay at my house. Primetime rolls on. Match.
Hold on, baby.
Hang on. In the league a lot of years.
Got to still catch that. Great. Couldn't even bend over there. Do more core work.
Okay. The chip shot. Now, Robert. Here, I'll read it. Okay.
They needed. Josh, an explosive. Factor back.
Time at the combine.
And he played.
A great job in horrific conditions, managing the game, no turnovers, and cutting it through the wind with that strong arm.
Nice to have you back with us, bud.
Thanks.
Keith Bullock there. He's going to have the triple Lindy here. The block, the recovery, and the touchdown. That's a pretty good play.
And he is the starting linebacker for the Tennessee Titans.
Playing special work on special teams. Titans go to 2-0. Jeff Fisher says, I'm sticking with Kerry Collins for the foreseeable future. Bills, Jags. This is a tale of two franchises going in different directions, and David Garrard's elbow is not the direction you want to be going in right now. Second quarter, 10-3 Bills, and he throws that one to Terrence McGee. It's important to point out that was his third pick of the year. He had 3 in all of 2007.
And important to point out the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
That's also true. It's still an interception. Maurice Jones-Drew, listen, we loved it when he blocked Sean Merriman last year. Look at the blitz pickup and go get another piece of Kavika Mitchell, please.
Yeah, when do you ever show an incompletion?
Right there.
Oh, baby.
Now that's a factor back,
he
baby.
ain't done. He's hitting him again. Woo. And listen, this is the toughest guy pound for pound in the NFL. His head is on backwards, and he still ran for 7 yards. Paul Posluszny literally does his best to reverse the position of his neck, and he still got there, and he stayed in the game and scored a touchdown. It was like a rolling ball of butcher knives, that guy. Jags tied it at 10. Now, Trent Edwards, Trent is going to be a star in this league.
Hey, Mara, how do we judge quarterbacks right now?
Late in the game, critical moments.
Right, baby. And Trent Edwards is pulling it off 2 straight weeks. Big-time player.
Big-time throw to Lee Evans there. So, okay, I guess that's a good throw. How's this throw to James Hardy in the corner of the end zone?
Great timing. Hey, my guy's going to get it or nobody's going to get it.
We're talking about a lot of young players with only a year or 2 experience and rookies.
Great quarterback play right now in the National Football League.
Great job by Hardy to toe tap. Look at Edwards' numbers. 20 of 25, 239. Bills 2-0. Jags 0-2. Raiders at Kansas City. Keep in mind, Lane Kiffin's team came into this game 6-34 on the road in their last 40 games. But you know what they didn't have in those last 40 road games?
A running game.
Darren McFadden. Now, there's a lot of Chiefs around him, Merrill.
And they all blocked.
They're all behind him now.
Now, this actually was shocking. I thought if Darren McFadden ever got in the open field, nobody would catch him.
Bernard Pollard catches him. 50-yard gain there. Then later in the drive, boy, this is a sweep among sweeps.
And this is a great design. You know, Darren McFadden is outstanding on the perimeter, and that's where they feed him the football. They get that edge sealed, and they get an alley on the outside.
First career touchdown, Raiders up 13-0. Don't forget about Michael Bush. Remember the kid out of Louisville broke his leg his senior year? He's got a little burst and a nice move there. The Raiders win on the road, 23-8. Kansas City falls to 0-2. Apparently, Ponce de Leon had it wrong. The Fountain of Youth is not in Florida, it's in Arizona, because Kurt Warner has got it from Ken Whisenhunt.
That's good stuff,
Thank you.
Good for you, Kurt.
Of course, when you decide not to cover Anquan Bolden, everybody's going to look good on the 79-yard touchdown. How did he get this open?
Route running 101. Run straight and run fast, and I'll get you the football.
No one's near me. I'm going this way. You get me the ball. Warner had a perfect passer rating in this game. All right, this is a missed field goal. They're up 17-0. Why are we showing this?
Yeah, why?
This is Dolphins football. Hang on a minute. 12 men on the field. It's kind of
wait a minute. You got to have 11.
12. Yeah, you got to have 11.
I don't know, Coach. I told him 11.
I said 11.
They need 12.
But they got 12 out there.
They extend the drive. And Kurt Warner, well, okay, I guess can't happen. Wait a minute. Pass interference. First and goal on the 1. All right, 3rd and goal now. The Dolphins are showing some resiliency. And, Kendall Langford gets the sack. And about 8/10 of Kurt Warner's face mask in the process.
Before you learn how to win football games, you need to learn not how to lose them. The Dolphins must figure this out.
That's exactly what Tony Sperano was telling Langford right there. And then Tim Hightower punches it in. Ken Whisenhunt is bringing an attitude to Arizona. They're 2-0, 31-10. When we continue on primetime, it is time to hand out the hardware, the glory, the honor. Primetime players for the week. Stay with us.
NASN is Europe's #1 network dedicated to the very best in top live North American sports 24/7. Your home for full season coverage of the NFL, MLB, NHL, college basketball, college football, ESPN's top-rated magazine shows, and lots more live sports action. Visit NASN.com for more information.
Mike, just watch the way he danced past those 2 blockers. Slam dunk.
ESPN 360. Wherever and whenever you're online, you're at the game.
Just because you're thousands of miles from the nearest big league stadium doesn't mean you can't be a big league fan. Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
Live Monday Night Football is back on NASN. Tony Romo and the Cowboys try to take down the Eagles as Philadelphia fly into Dallas. Coverage starts with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. Live NFL tonight only on NASN.
All right, it's the We Love Everybody portion of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Primetime performers. Merrill, who do you got?
Lead dog is Keith Bullock. We're doing linebacker love here. We got to put David Thornton in there as well, but
Patrick
Keith
Willis.
Bullock and Patrick Willis from the 49ers. Linebackers making big plays, big moments. Talking about quarterbacks, these guys are quarterbacks.
It's the triple Lindy.
Yes.
What about you?
In honor of Lane Kiffin, one of the best football coaches in the National Football League, Darren McFadden, because you want to endear yourself to your head coach, go rush for 160 yards and a touchdown. Way to go, Darren.
One of the best head coaches in the NFL.
I love him.
Oh, you had one of the best coaches in the NFL.
I really believe that.
All right.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Mike Shanahan. We're going 2.
See.